Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler and today we will be taking a look at the American Express Delta Gold card, and we will be discussing why I think that this is most likely going to be the next card that I apply for. And without further ado, let's get into the video. And that raises the question of why Delta specifically. So I live in the metro Atlanta area, and whenever I fly, I always fly out of Hartsfield-Jackson, which is Atlanta's main airport. Delta takes up a whopping 72% of all air traffic coming in and out of Atlanta. With this being such a big market share when it comes to booking flights with Delta, it often proves to be a lot easier to find not only flight availability, but also desirable times. So we're not flying red eyes or just weird rush hour times when we're having to fly. Therefore, acquiring points and benefits with Delta for the time that I'm living in Atlanta is very desirable. So now let's talk about welcome offers. So right now, the Delta Gold Card is offering a 80,000 mile bonus after spending $3,000 in the first 6 months of owning the card. That is a cash value of $960 when valuing SkyMiles at 1.2 cents per point according to the Points Guy. This is a 31.25% return on spend, which is up over 10% over the standard offer. The standard offer being 50,000 points for the same amount of spend, being $3,000 in the first 6 months, and that is only a $600 cash value, making this welcome offer even more appealing, especially since I want to get into flying Delta. The annual fee for the Delta Gold Card is $0 for the first year and $150 for every year following. Now let's get into spending multipliers. Now, the spending multipliers on the Delta Gold Card I feel like are very easy to implement into everyday use. For starters, you're going to get 2 times miles on all restaurant purchases, and that is takeout and delivery. 2 times miles at US supermarkets, 2 times miles on Delta purchases, and 1 times miles on all other purchases. Again, given that the 2 elevated spending categories outside of Delta purchases are supermarkets and restaurants, this card is very easy to implement into daily use, given that is where a majority of Americans spend their money. Now, let's talk about benefits. Now, the benefits of this card are where I feel like a lot of its value really lie. First of all, we're going to get a $200 Delta flight credit after spending $10,000 in the previous calendar year, which, if implementing this card as your supermarket and restaurant card, I feel like it's pretty easy to hit in a single year. Next, you're going to save 15% anytime you book 100% with miles. So that's a 15% off all bookings when you use 100% miles. So say you spend 10,000 points on a flight booked and you use 100% miles, that is going to be a 1,500 point savings. So you only end up actually using 8,500 of your SkyMiles towards that booking. Next, you're going to get a $100 annual Delta Stays credit on prepaid hotels and vacation rentals booked through Delta Stays. Given that you do not have to hit any sort of minimum spend requirement for this benefit, makes it very valuable in my opinion, because it immediately knocks the effective annual fee down to $50. Another benefit for this card is going to be your first checked bag free. Now, this is a sort of bare minimum with any annual fee airlines card on the market. However, it's still a nice benefit to see, given that with Delta, usually checked bags are about $70 a bag. So for one person round trip, you're saving $70 on your booking. You're also going to get 20% back on all in-flight purchases, such as food and beverage. And finally, you're going to get some creature comfort travel insurances, such as baggage insurance and secondary car rental coverage. The list of these benefits are honestly, in my opinion, some of the best for how much you pay annually for this card, especially given that the $100 Delta Stays credit automatically knocks your annual fee down to $50. And then if you book at least one flight and use this card for a checked bag, it's another $70 saved. And therefore, your effective annual fee is $0 because of the money you saved on not only the booking, but also your bags. So what are my overall thoughts? Overall, for the annual fee, which in the first year is non-existent, it gives you a chance to try out the cards and its benefits for no real upfront cost to you. Meaning, for me, there's no real downside to applying and hopefully getting approved. The check bags alone, really, for 2 people, that's $140 saved on a round trip ticket for 2 people, which automatically knocks the annual fee almost completely off. Again, as well as the Delta Stays credit, there is a lot of potential for this card to continue to hold its value for years to come, even after that annual fee is well gone. The Delta Gold card is also the first card in the Delta SkyMiles family that I have any interest in applying for. So from here, I can start climbing the family ladder and work my way up to cards such as the Delta Platinum and the Delta Reserve card. Due to Amex's family rules, which basically states that if you earn a welcome bonus of a higher tier card, you are automatically ineligible to earn any welcome offers on any lower tier cards. So let's say I apply for the Reserve first, get the bonus on that one, it immediately knocks out my eligibility to get the bonus for the Platinum and the Gold card. So for Amex, you definitely want to work from the bottom to the top to make sure that you're eligible for all of their welcome bonuses. Also, given that my most recent inquiry was all the way back in December, which was where I got approved for my Capital One Saver card, that gives me just over 6 months since my last inquiry, which gives me a pretty good chance with American Express, given that they're not very inquiry sensitive to start with. So within the next 2 weeks, I do plan on applying for this card and hopefully getting approved. With all that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, leave them down below so I can see what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please like and subscribe for more content. I hope to follow this video up with an unboxing of the card if I get approved, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.